This is the main page that you will see when you enter the pledge application. If you already have an account, log in at the top right corner. Otherwise, read the information below and get started. As you scroll through the page, you will find information about the Dallas County Promise Pledge that includes links to our website, a link to our general email address, and a list of participating high schools for the 2020 to 2021 school year. You'll start your pledge at the bottom of the page. If you already created an account, continue your saved pledge from the button below. The first thing you will need to do is select your graduation year and your high school. Enter your student ID, first name, last name, and date of birth as it appears in your high school record. This information is used to verify that you do indeed attend a partner high school. Once you've successfully entered the information as it appears in your high school record, you should see the following page. Here, you will need to enter additional information, including middle name or a preferred first name. We highly encourage you to enter a cell phone number if you have one. This will ensure that you will receive important pledge and promise-related texts like deadline reminders. If you don't have a cell phone number, you can check the I do not have a cell phone number box. For email addresses, make sure to enter a personal email address that you check frequently. Please do not use high school or district-issued email addresses. High school and district-issued email addresses expire after graduation, and you will miss important communications when you no longer have access to that email. It's also important that you don't use a parent email address here. Your pledge username will be the email address that you listed, and this cannot be updated by you later on. Create a password that you can remember using the listed password requirements. You will be asked to confirm your password, and the two must match. We highly encourage you to write down your new password and keep it in a safe place. Here, you will select a security question from the drop-down menu and type in your answer. Please be aware that the answer you enter is case sensitive, which means capitalization is important. Once you've finished entering in the required information, click the green Create Account and Continue button. You don't have to finish the pledge in one sitting, but we highly recommend that you do. However, if you need to pause your application, you can click the yellow Create Account and Exit button. Just remember that the pledge will not be complete or submitted if you do that. Clicking the red Exit Without Saving button will delete all the previous information and no account will be created. If you've created your account successfully, you will receive a confirmation in the inbox of the email address that you shared with us. Now that you have created an account, you can begin the pledge. You should see your information along the top. If you do not see your information, or if the information is incorrect, please alert our team immediately at info@dallascountypromise.org. As you read along through each deadline, check each box along the left to confirm that you have read and understand that these 3 steps are required to remain promise eligible. Biographical information includes items such as social security number, address, and demographics. If you have a social security number, it is critical that you enter it in this application. If you have one but do not know it, please note that you will need it for any admission and financial aid applications in addition to the pledge. If you don't have a social security number, please mark the appropriate box. Students without a social security number are still potentially eligible for Promise, but you will likely need to complete a Texas application for state financial aid, or TASFA. Next, enter the street address where you live and receive mail. Please note that eligibility for the Promise Scholarship will not be determined by the address that you enter here. You will also be asked for ethnicity, race, and gender. You can answer based on how you identify, and the answers you provide or decline to provide will not affect your eligibility for Promise in any way. In Part C, Parent and Legal Guardian Information, you need to provide the name, cell phone number, and email of your parent or legal guardian. The email provided for this section must be different than the one provided in the Students section. Then, select the preferred language for the parent or legal guardian. Currently, we offer communications primarily in English and Spanish. For Part D, your high school information should be pre-populated here based on the information you provided when your account was created. For the college readiness section, you will be asked if you have participated in any Dallas College programs listed below. If so, please provide your Dallas College ID. It is helpful to include the ID for matching purposes, but you can click the I do not know my Dallas College ID if you don't recall what it might be. You can also select none of the above / not sure if you have not engaged with Dallas College or if you do not remember. For Part E, College and Career Plans, select up to 2 options for the career pathways that most interest you. These choices are not binding, but they are helpful for our team to know. If you're undecided, just check I don't know. For the what is your current college / career plan question, you can choose one option. If you choose the transfer option, you will be prompted to enter the college or university that you intend to transfer to. This is optional, and you are not required to complete it. None of these choices are binding, and you will be free to change your mind later on. Select the Promise partners that you're interested in attending in 2021. You can click the Promise Partner Colleges link to see the most current options. If you check Dallas College, you can select a first and second choice campus that you would like to attend. You can also select four-year institutions that you're interested in attending, including some new options whose scholarship details are still being finalized. If you are interested in other non-partner colleges, you can also indicate that here. You can indicate here as well if you do not plan to enroll in college. For Part F, Release and Consent, you are granting us permission to share your information with our partner colleges and universities, including financial aid submission data, enrollment information, and other items which will be used to support you in enrolling in post-secondary institutions and completing your degree or credential. You will have to read the next 4 statements here and check the corresponding boxes. This means you are agreeing to sharing the information provided with partner institutions. All students are entitled to a copy of the records transferred between institutions and have the right to challenge the accuracy of those records. Here, you also agree to a liability clause and reserve the right to revoke the authorization to share your educational records by notifying the financial aid office of the higher education institution you have chosen to attend. For Part G, Electronic Signature, check the box to indicate that you agree that the information contained within the pledge is accurate to the best of your knowledge. This section will serve as your electronic signature. Click the green Save and Continue button to enter the pledge review page. As before, you can click the yellow Save and Exit button here, which will allow you to complete the pledge at a later time, but it will not be counted as completed or submitted if you do so. You'll have to remember to come back and complete it. If you click the red Exit Without Saving button, you will delete all the previous information and no pledge information will be saved. Once you click the green button, you will have the opportunity to review the information that you've provided. Read each section carefully and make sure your data is correct. If you need to make any changes, check the gray Make Corrections or Additions to Pledge Form button. This will take you back to the pledge so you can make corrections. If no corrections are needed, select the green Submit Pledge Now button to complete and submit the pledge. The pledge is not complete until you select this green button. If you are taken to the confirmation page, that means you have successfully completed the pledge and you will see the next steps needed to become a Dallas Promise Scholar. Now that the process is complete, you can click the gray Log Out button at the bottom or simply close the window. Congratulations on taking the next step towards your bright future.